Hey all, pproteus here, back for another one draft on Arena, and today we are lucky because we have opened one of the best rares in the best color in the format, Dragon Wing Glider. It's a dragon, except it can be moved to your other creature, as is convenient. Yeah, not really much competing with that. The second best card, I think, is quite likely both of these red cards actually are second and third. We're passing a Fluncing Raptor, Mesmerizing Dose, white black gold card. Vraska's Fall is okay. Nothing. I mean, we're passing a Chimney Rabble, which I think is the second best card in the pack, and it's not great to be taking a red card and passing a red card, but you don't want to be worrying too much about that. Second pack, we have opened a relatively weak pack, and Annex Entry is the best or second best uncommon in the set. So somebody took a rare over it. There are rares you should take over Annex Entry. But yeah, not really uncommons you want to take over Annex Entry. So I'm going to slam this Annex Entry. We are passing a Fluncing Raptor, Malgador's Watcher, Pestilent Siphoner, and that's it. So we're passing this like, somebody's going to snap up these Fluncing Raptors. They're not going to wheel. Maybe we can... These two cards, basically, they're strong enough that I want to look at both of these and say, I want to play them. Let's be the red-white equipment deck. Next pack. This is going to be a tough choice between Axiom Engraver and Crawling Chorus. This has been a much... this pack is much more evenly distributed than the previous two packs, which were both obvious picks. You're going to have to make a decision here and notice that wherever we're taking, we're passing a Furnace Rider, which definitely we would want in the Dragon Wing Glider deck, and Churning Reservoir, which is definitely a potential playable. It's not super obvious to me whether you want Engraver or Crawling Chorus. Really, the pick depending on... It comes down to whether you're more likely to end up in a red deck or a white deck. I think I'm going to lean Crawling Chorus. I think this, I think the pick is close enough. I'm not going to worry about that pick too much. I won't feel too bad either way. Next pack is, I think, fairly weak. There are only a few good cards in this pack, one of them being Rot Priest. But, it's a good card, but terrible colors. There are a couple medium cards, Cold Warden's Helm, Vraska's Fall, Blazing Crescendo, cards you will definitely play in your decks, but that you really will never miss if you don't have them. I'm going to take this rare. It's just a land, sort of. It's a Pendelhaven if your opponent is corrupted, and that can be powerful. It is at its worst in red-white because it taps to add mana of any color, but only to cast creatures. And if you're in red-white, you don't actually cast creatures, you cast equipment. But, we won't talk about that. Not super relevant. But it was a weak pack. We're not going to miss any of the cards that we passed here. This next pack is definitely unclear what to take. My eyes... I'm not taking a white card. This red card is okay. Can definitely see myself taking it. I think the best card in the pack is Rustifying Cultivator, but really Rustifying Cultivator just doesn't play well with... I guess it helps you ramp to Dragon Wing Glider. And there's some good blue cards, but we're kind of looking far away from blue. I'm going to take the red card, although if we end up in green, I'm going to be kicking myself over passing that Rustifying Cultivator. Here, this is pretty easy. Slam and Chimney Rabble. That's what you want in your Dragon Wing Glider deck. You just get the red commons. Red commons are good. Just get as many of them as you can. Slamming that one. I'm going to take here Resistance Sky Warden over the Sky, which is basically just Red Centaur Courser. I totally respect the Sky. Definitely play it. But I think due to Menace and Reach both being unusually good in this format, I also respect this card. This pack is just extremely weak. I do not want to play any of these cards. So I will just pick the best red card and hope to cut red and also hope not to play it. Don't like this. It's quite unlikely we play really any of these cards. Listeners here is probably the one we're most likely to play. Though maybe I should take a green card because I think these feel a little bit... I'm going to take this Glistener's here. I don't like Adaptive Spore Singer. Here, I will take the white card. It's not spectacular, but we have good white cards, so why not? I am definitely not feeling attached to white. None of these picks really matter. We end up missing Quicksilver Fish or something's gone very, very wrong. I suppose it's possible. Almost never play Quicksilver Fish though, even in blue decks. Blue decks just don't need things that cost 5. You'll just always have enough. You'll just always have enough things that cost 5. I'm taking the Fonts of Progress. We got 3 of them. Can you build a deck around 3 Fonts of Progress? I don't know. Probably not. Pretty sure the answer is no, but who knows? Maybe it's possible. In this pack, I think it is time to commit to our colors, because the best 2 cards in this pack are both white. I'm going to take Planar Disruption, but we're passing this Hex Gold Hoverwings, which is a great card to have if you are in the red-white deck. But we also just don't have any removal, so the first piece of removal probably very important. This next pack has a... well, we already took a Resistant Sky Warden. First copy is definitely better than the second copy, and we already have another good 5, so I'm hesitant to take this. Bunching Raptor, really good if you have a bunch of cheap toxic things, but we don't have that. Blazing Crescendo, very okay, and then some good green cards. So basically, this question that I'm being asked here is, do I want to take a good green card in case I give up on one of these colors, or do I want to take a medium white card? And I don't know. I haven't seen signals that either of these colors are particularly open, but we have better white cards, so I'll just take the white cards. This is a Planar Disruption. Nothing really interesting to talk about here. We're passing like a good black card, but there's like never good black cards. I know we passed a Anoint with Affliction in pack 1, and I didn't talk about that, but was I really supposed to talk about that? This pack has a Charge of the Mites, equipment, good blue cards. In a vacuum, those blue cards are tempting. We already have a pile of good white cards. I'd rather take a white card. We don't have to play it, but I just feel like I'm going to take a blue card and we're just never going to play that, so I'd rather not. And here, I'm ready to change my mind. Orthodox Enforcer is like technically playable, but you just almost never need it. So I'm going to take Teamio as a mobilizer just in case we end up in blue. Because I've been looking at some blue cards. Ooh, do I want green cards? No, I really don't. I will take Bardish. I could take a green card. We have no 2s. That really sucks. I'm going to take a Bardish. Bardish is a 5. They can pretend to be a 4 when we have this Aspirant around. Ooh. Here I'm going to take a Tygor Stand, which is so much better than the other things in the pack. Just going to do it. It'll be... I don't even know if saying it's fine will be accurate, but I am taking it. Here... good black card, good green cards. Yeah, okay. Time to take green cards. Are we going to do that? Who knows? Probably not. Here, I'll take this land. Maybe this land will help me. Although, realistically, no. It's not going to help me splash anything. I'm not going to be splashing here. I'm going to take an Iger Synthesizer. Here, your sacrifice, not really a playable card. See, we're having a little bit of trouble here. but I also feel like I've committed to a lane. It's not like I'm staying open. I'm staying open, and there's just not a clear deck for me to be in. And then that's why I'm in trouble. I need 2s. So any 2s that I see in the colors, I will jump on. And it is quite likely, that those tubes will be toxic. So I think here I will lean into Fencing Raptor over Basilica Shepherd in the hopes of following through on that. We found a 2-drop. Get in here. Just need as many 2s as we can find. This deck is not going well. This is not how they're supposed to look. This is really not how they're supposed to look. Okay. It's not a 2-drop, but it is a premium card. We also notably haven't been hitting the synergy cards in red-white. So we have this one aspirant that says equipment on it, but there's like the gold uncommon, seen none of those. There is the indoctrination attendant that bounces things, and Manable Justiciar, haven't seen that one either. Here I will take a Crescendo and not play it. I don't know, we're probably going to need every play ball we get, but really, we just need 2s. I will take Aspirant. We will probably play Aspirant over anything else. 2, down to 2, down to 2, down 1. Didn't get as many. I haven't gotten as many 2s as I was hoping to get. We need a few more playables. We don't have any Axiom Engravers. Oh, I really regret not taking that early one that showed up. What did I take over it? Was that the pack with the oh, I took Crawling Chorus over it. Yeah. Well, yeah, if I knew the deck was going to look like this. This deck is having some problems. And when you have problems, Axiom Engraver gets a lot better. When you have all good cards in hand, you know Axiom Engraver is still good, but you don't get to loot very much because you don't want to discard your good cards. When you got bad cards, Axiom Engraver can discard your bad cards, and that's just bonus. Okay, Cacophony Scamp. Yeah, we're taking that. It's basically a 2-drop because it's basically a 2-1. And it's really good with equipment. It turns into a 2-mana deal 2 with Batter Fist. Put Bardish on it. That's respectable. Here we're going to take a Hazardous Blast. Seems straightforward. Hazardous Blast is a get out of jail free card. Bad decks really need one. Because otherwise, bad decks end up with board stalls that they can't win through. Although I guess we have a Dragon Wing Glider. That's a way to win through board stall. Here, happy to take a Shepherd. And none of these are playable. So yeah, all in all, I am glad I did not go into green or I think blue. I'm less sure about blue though, because I haven't been paying enough attention. Seeing this here, it's like, oh, should I be in black? Fascinating. We actually might play Thrill of Possibility for once. I almost never play that in this format, but it is a playable card without much cost. It is very possibly better than the next alternative of Molten Rebuke. And this would be 40 cards. Are we going to play the Seed Core? Let's see here. How much corruptedness is happening? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a half. 5.5. We're probably not getting corrupted. How many Phyrexians do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Less than half the deck is Phyrexians. I don't think we can play that. Don't think we can afford that one. Well, I won't say I'm happy with this. I probably don't want Rebuke because we do have things that cost 5. Rebuke is generally better than Thrill, but if you've got like both the top end and like actual hard removal, we probably don't need it. And let's play a match. I suspect I will not be trophying with this one, but can definitely steal games if we, you know, A, draw our cheap cards at the appropriate time and curve out. B, if we hit him over the head with Dragwing Glider, and C, if we manufacture one of them Hazardous Blast scenarios. That's basically the plan. We're real short on playables. I'm thinking about keeping this hand. Oh god. Like, usually I want to mulligan hands that don't have 2s, but because this deck doesn't have 2s, if I mulligan this, I'm not likely to hit one. We've got one of our best cards. Alright, opponent's got a bear. So we can play the sentry, eat something, and then jump the sentry. Uh-oh. I feel like this is a bad sign somehow, but I'm not sure what it's a sign of. Do they have Anoint, maybe? Vasquez Fall. Okay, we couldn't... I guess we could have played around Vasquez Fall, couldn't we? Boo. Am I supposed to cast Hazardous Blast to kill that? Somehow I don't think so. I think I'm actually supposed to do it this way. Oh dear. Hazardous Blast time. I don't want to take this trade. I feel like having a flyer is probably very relevant. And this is also versus black-white. Reasonably likely to eventually come back from the graveyard, even though it is the kind of black-white deck that plays multiple Testament Bearers. And also draw Skull Bomb. They're a grindy one. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to go very well. Okay. Well, we're going to move on with this with a reach guy. Just pass. I will trade flyer for flyer. I'm just kind of hoping they can't. They can't remove this 5/5. Please don't remove it. Boo. And I think we're just dead. Yeah. Oof. You know, that's what happens when you don't have 2s in this format. Sometimes you just get curved out on, even if your opponent doesn't have great cards. Like, I feel our average card quality is, despite not being great, is better than the average card quality we saw from the opponent's deck there. But but you know, we're not doing as good as them, and we deserve it. This hand at least has a 2. Hopefully finds a third land on time so we can play a 3. Maybe we'll just drop planes into another land and we get to go 2, 3, 4. Ah, thank you. I just need to say what I want to draw. Of course, that's how it works. Well, I like when the opponent does nothing on turn 2. Certainly doesn't get us to a 1 game, but also certainly helps. If we don't draw land, we have the choice of either having to choose something to discard to thrill, or can guess salvo. Full charge. Or we could draw a 3-drop. I'm just going to cast a 3, even though Bouncing Raptor is mopey. The opponent doesn't have any creatures. Definitely want to be putting pressure on. As eventually it will have to stop. So if the opponent's life total can be as low as possible, when that becomes relevant, then maybe they won't be able to attack me and I'll have some chance to Hazardous Blast instead of just getting blown out. That's problematic. Damn. They really went Justiciar pass on 4 mana. What is in their hand? They have a trick. Well, I was thinking I was going to have to decide whether or not to Hazardous Blast this board. And, you know, I'd probably say no because I assume that 2 mana open means they're going to cast a trick, and then I really need this to die. Shrapnel Slinger, interesting. Okay, so that triggers the Justiciar. I'm kind of incentivized to not trade for the Justiciar, even though I don't want them to keep gaining life, because Hazardous Blast just removes it. And again, maybe I should just block it, and then... Like, what if I block like this? But what if I block like this? This beats a combat trick kind of nicely. Because I was hoping to use the Hazardous Blast. Oh. Okay, that's not what I thought was going to happen. But also is kind of okay. I think they were not expecting me to do that, but they made it really obvious that they had a trick, so I had to play like they had one. I really wanted that off the board. So, as I was going to say, I had the plan of killing the 2-1 with Hazardous Blast, but I also had that plan of, like, wait a minute, I'm going to try to get into a board stall and then kill him with a Hazardous Blast. And I kind of like that one better. One is representing Free from Flesh. How much do I care? No, I'm not blocking. Maybe I just took an extra damage for no reason. Do I want a Planar Disruption? I don't think so. I think I want to cast this spell first. Okay, I drew the land. Now I'll cast Planar Disruption. Mostly casting that here because I want to use mana effectively, it's very possible I should be discarding this Hazardous Blast because they don't have any blockers. But we may get into a situation where they have a blocker. And I need to play anything. Or we may not. Current situation is opponent is dead on board. Do you have it? Mm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opponent could have Blazing Crescendo, so that could be 13, so we need to block at least at least 2 damage. But opponent concedes. Nice. Alright, so this deck can win. 1-1. Alright, well, this has a problem that it's missing a 2, and it's missing a white source. But it has this combo of Aspirant into Dragonborn Glider, and I'm going to keep it just for that. Because if we get to do this on turn 4, it's going to be doing that on turn 4 might even make up for not having a 2. Yep, doesn't matter. Don't touch. Do not touch. Uh-oh. They touched it. Okay. Gonna keep, just gonna stick to the curve. No reason to do really anything fancy. Just get that. Just get poking, and Dragon will hopefully take care of the rest. Okay, Dragon time. We are, fairly easily going to get corrupted. But as for actually, like, not losing, this guy can grant flying. Interesting. They've drowned for the rabble. That makes sense. They might be able to trade for this, or they'll do it this way. Okay. Not a great draw. Yeah, okay. I've seen worse. I think I want to be trading aggressively. I don't want to lose to them getting a couple poison off the ground. That would not be desirable. Oh, they're gonna race? What? Should I be blocking this way? We'll block this way. Take 1 more damage, but in return we decrease the number of things still on the board. Uh-oh. I'm going to continue trying to race. Oh, they just let me? Really just let me. Okay. So, the big problem here is they have a non-creature spell that can go fly, fly, fly. So, I think what I'm forced to do to beat that is annex the Surgeon. Now they can't do that. We're going to lose to a check, but that's the only thing we're going to lose to. Well, that's not necessarily true. They're being so aggressive. I don't think they have any tricks. I don't think they have any ways to push damage. So then my plan is going to be just block. This beats Whisper. Gonna go to 1. And this way they have to have like a Chrome Prowler or something. Probably just exactly Chrome Prowler, I think. And we can't beat that. And I think they have it given how they just passed. Okay, yeah, you got me. So now they got 4 lethal attackers, we're gonna have 3 blockers. Okay, fine. Look at this one. Is this going to be acceptable? Missing white hurts a lot worse, but we have like our 2 best cards. I'm gonna be risky. Draw 1 planes and everything looks great forever. Maybe not forever, but you know, we're gonna get to connect with the 3/1. We've been off to a rather poor start with this deck, given just how ultimately fine it is. I'm disappointed to start off 1 and 2. But we will get there. Salvo. So I don't think I want to disrupt that. I don't think I want to offer the trade. I'm just going to pass. Now that we have 5 of these lands, Dragon is going to be able to connect, and that should be pretty awesome. Okay, it just has to do that 2 more times before Hazardous Blast will end the game. Maybe even 1 more time. If we draw well. Really? You're attacking like this? Are you sure you want to take damage? You wanting to take damage seems suspicious. I'm thinking about using Disruption on the Engraver right now. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. Because they're going to have like literal like removal, and I didn't have a removal there. So to stop them from finding anything, I will take out their source of card selection. Bam, got him. They didn't even have to see the blast. They just saw it coming. Understandable. Very understandable. Okay, we got another bronze-ranked opponent. We have a 2 here, and otherwise this hand is totally incapable of curving. But I'm very tired of not having a 2 on time, so I'm going to click the keep button. That's a good one. That is definitely a good one. No removal. We draw a land, we get to go these 2 guys. That's very interesting. Honestly, we could just cast this, kill the Centurion, but this is such a good trade, I'm gonna just let that happen. Okay. I think I'm gonna charge for 1/1s. Cough. Uh-oh. I hope they don't kill the aspirant. Oh no, I didn't want that. Okay, I'm gonna take advantage of the deal damage right now. And we can't do anything this turn. But, you know, we got good things in hand. It'll be fine. I think I can afford to disrupt that for a turn. They can, you know, eventually move it around, but it'll take a couple turns to do that. And by the time they've accomplished that, they'll have hopefully taken so much damage they can't win. Hitting for half the opponent's life total, they just take it, and little do they know, half is all the way. They spend 5 mana moving the War Whip, so basically the disruption just... Yep. Got him. That was extremely fast. 3 and 2. Let's see how high we can get it. This seems quite good. No reason to do anything fancy. We have 2, and then just every 3 imaginable. It was kind of interesting what happened last time, where the sentry got removed. And yeah, when you're playing it, you gotta think ahead and ask what happens if it gets removed. Here I am going to blow up the slinger because this glider is just going to block these raptors. These raptors are the whole game plan, even though we're playing versus black-white, and we really want to block their first thing that actually has poison. Oh, really? Okay, so I'm playing the aspirant here because I'm hoping, first of all, I'm hoping if they have a removal, they'll use it on this guy. Which, ta-da! I successfully predicted what would happen. Okay. So then from this spot, I could Annex Sentry, remove their Annex Sentry. I found that in this format with this Annex Sentry guy, I'm a little hesitant to use it on things with enter the battlefield triggers, because I don't want, there's so much like instant speed removal, I don't want it dying instant speed. So if I use this sentry on their sentry, yeah, I did get my guy back, but if they ever want an instant speed sentry of their own, they can just anoint my sentry, and that's kind of bad. And they can also have Vraska's Fall. I'd rather protect myself from Vraska's Fall, to be honest. Although, I guess if they get a sentry back when I have nothing on the board, it's not that bad. Okay. That seems acceptable. Vraska's Fall, definitely no longer scary. We are just gonna annex that. I guess I could annex this 2/3 and just not worry about it anymore. Now, I don't know. I don't want them to have a toxic thing. Oh no, they have a second annex. Oh no. Punished. Absolutely punished. So we've only taken 2 poison still. I think what I want to do here is just play the Bardish, which can threaten to block their sentries. I could play double Flinching Raptor. Just stick 2/2 in front of 1/4, 2/2 in front of 1/4. Here they can corrupt me, but they have to have a trick. Or that attack goes poorly. Oh, that's not good. Okay, this opponent just got way better cards than me. We're gonna be in trouble. Can't touch that. Wow. Okay. We're gonna need the dragon. That is not the dragon. Well, I don't mind if the opponent wants to trade an Accenture for this token. So I will offer it to him. Okay. I also don't mind that, I think. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go double Flinching. Maybe I was supposed to go Flinching and then equip the Bardish. It's a 4/3. But I think this still works fine. If they attack with, like, put hover wings on one of them and attack, it's a 2/4. A double lock. This might work just as well. But the Bardish would have taken up an extra mana. So, for example, if we draw something that costs 4 next turn, we will definitely regret not taking the other option. Oh no. That's also not good. Just everything that has happened here has not been good. I'm gonna hope they don't play around Blazing Crescendo. Maybe like pretend to not notice that they've got the hover wings. So we get to play the Crescendo here. Ooh, Skyward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're good. We're still not corrupted. If we ever do get corrupted, this is going to be huge trouble. We're not corrupted yet. Don't do it. I'm not sure what I'm scared of them doing, but whatever it is, don't. Just plain don't. Yep. You got it. Somehow I think we're doing okay. They can't... They have no targets for Skull Bomb. They can't make anything that blocks a 4-3 Raptor. Well, I mean, they could trade it for an Annex Sentry. Here comes a 4-3 Raptor. If they have the Death Touch trick instead of the last card, we'll be quite unhappy. Okay, that 5-5 probably will do some work. 5-5 might have to pick up the Bardish. That sounds like it might be a reasonable thing to do. Duress. Oh, no. We're going to lose to a guy playing Duress again. Do not recommend main decking Duress in best of one. It is not a habit of highly successful players in this format. 3-3 coming in. Do they have a trick, or have they just forgotten about the reach? I'm gonna predict they have forgotten about reach. They have a trick. Well, they definitely didn't have that before. They definitely didn't have that before. That sucks. This costs 3 to move. This costs 2 to move. They might move the helm and just stick the helm on one of the... Well, I guess they could stick it on a sentry, but the sentry won't have flying yet. We somehow haven't lost yet. Still are not corrupted. Sacrificing Skill Bomb without 2 for winning. That's a good sign. They presumably are able to kind of stall this board if they just put all their equipment on a large thing instead of on a 2-2. Though I guess I can put my equipment on this Basilica Shepherd, and then it would be a 5-4. Can they make something with 6 toughness? They can't do that. Okay. I'm doing alright. Yeah, I already said I wasn't afraid of that, but gives me a 3rd poison here. Am I supposed to... Is there anything I can do with this big thing that's pacified? By that I mean, if we had, say, an indoctrination attendant, we would be able to pick it up and get a 2-for-1 essentially off of that guy. But no, I believe that we do not have any such thing. So let's just see if they want to playing in with that Incisor Glider. Okay. So if they have a trick, by which I mean +2/+1 first strike aura, you know, we're just going to lose this even if we triple block, so I might as well just not give them the shepherd. And then this seems like a poor trade, even though I'm going to 3. Please work. It worked? What? Oh, charge the mites. That's really good. This can kill that and accentuate instant speed. Okay, so this guy is going to go on this shepherd. Shepherd comes in. Yeah, I just want to do this before they happen to untap with something strong. Wouldn't want them to top deck a removal spell. And here I am going to be safe. Just hit that guy. You're not getting that one back. That was insane. I don't know how I got away with that one. They let me get away with it. I will take it. I feel like we were very lucky to go that many turns without being corrupted. Playing duress and then missing definitely helped. Not gonna lie. If that were, you know, an actual card, might have ended up in trouble. I feel like I've seen this one before. Press keep, because that is the button I pressed last time. We've got A2. And then after that, we get to play these raptors, which they don't get to jump anything, but that's because this is just a bad poison deck, not because the raptor isn't fine. But clearly as an instant, it could be a combat trick, so complete devotion, they can't go type or stand. Or it could be charge of the knights in particular. Or it could be both, and they're going to play charge of the knights and then attack, and if I block, they're going to complete devotion. Nothing. Okay. Or actually, I just realized they had the 100 maze. They could just have the 100 maze. See if they bounce a land here. They did bounce a land. Okay. I was definitely hoping to be able to chimney around here. I can't do that now. So I will disrupt that guy. Place camp. I think I can afford to take 1 poison. It seems more important to get their life total down. I wonder how you pronounce that opponent's name. Okay. I just don't think this matters very much. I'd rather get the potential of stopping them from making plays. The, like, if their play is a 2-1, then Scamp gets a 2-for-1. I bet you weren't expecting that, were you? So we're not going to use Scamp. So the next nice thing about Scamp is that with Blazing Crescendo, it is very possibly going to kill the opponent. If I just connect with this, like I say, surprise, it's 4, plus 4 is 8. All comes down to what they can do with 5 minutes. That's fine. What have you got? 4/4 blocking. Charge the Knights can remove this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that is lethal. We have 4 creatures. Game. Okay. We are making up a little bit for the poor start and have now arrived at a respectable 5-2. I am once again looking at a hand with Sharp and Slinger and thinking, yep, I need my 2s. We got 2 5s, so not gonna hate drawing lands. Sure. Okay, that's enough lands. Please stop. I kind of want to just Blazing Crescendo. Never mind, I don't want to do that. Might take the damage from the Cackler. So the problem with Blazing Crescendo is you have to want to use the mana next turn. So if we hit like a 4, then we have to be able to play it or we lose the card. Sometimes it's worth it, of course, just to get the trick by itself. Am I supposed to respect Free from Flesh? I don't really respect it. Oh, shoot. I thought they didn't have it. I was mistaken, and now I'm going to die. Oops. I'm not sure why I thought they were... The opponent is clearly a master of the cajoles. They fooled me. So they're going to be able to... It's going to be, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then attacks for 2 more, 2 more. Game's over. Oh, I'll let you see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's it. We've gone, we have the block here, so otherwise we're taking lethal. And given that we didn't, we're kind of just dying to literally anything, losing our guy, and that's what happened. So, definitely had some problems here. I'm not sure which thing is to blame most. Wish we had more 2s. Wish we could have cut a couple more medium things. Wish we could have either gone all in on the poison and had Fluncing Raptor hit a duelist every time, or other way around, not have to play these Fluncing Raptors. But they weren't terrible. They were kind of facilitating all the medium things in the deck. They're a possibility, despite the fact that I never play it. It's just not that bad. It was fine. Would 5-3 again. See you next time.